Hello, this is Suna Senman, bringing you readings from A Course of Love. This is reading number 43. I want to remind you that I authored the book Being, the book Peace, and the children's book, The Dragon Adventure, that may also be helpful books for you. So reading number 43 is going to start with the last paragraph of reading 42, which is an exercise. So hopefully you gave yourself time to do this exercise yesterday, and we will revisit it now as we go forward, and go forward slowly because these are very different concepts for us to grasp. So now look around the room in which you sit and take away the usefulness for each thing you see in it. How many items would you keep that you now look upon? Your body, too, was created for its usefulness. It sets you apart, just as each item in your room is set apart for what it is useful for. Ask yourself now, to whom is your body useful? This question does not apply to those for whom you cook or clean, those whose bodies you would repair or minds improve. The question is, really, who might have seen a usefulness for such a body as yours before it was created? What kind of creator would create it, and for what purpose? You did not create yourself, but your body you did create. It was created for its usefulness, just like every other object that shares the space you occupy. Think for a moment of what the creator of such a body would have intended the body to be. The body is an infinite entity, created to be self-contained, but also to self-destruct. It was created with a need for a constant maintenance, a maintenance that requires toil and struggle. Every inch of its surface is a receiver, a transmitter of information, yet it carries additional tools such as eyes and ears to enhance its communication and to control what goes in it and what goes out. It is as sensible to pain as to pleasure. It contains the means for joining, but for joining that is of a temporary nature. It is as capable of violence as gentleness. It is born and dies in a state of helplessness. The body could not help but be this, as it was made with dual purposes in mind. It was made to make real and then glorify a separate self, and it was made to punish that separate self for the separation. Its creator had in mind what is reflected in the body: self-aggrandizement and self-effacement, pain, pleasure and pain, violence and gentleness, a desire to know everything but only through its own effort, a desire to see everything but only through its own eyes, a desire to be known but only through what it would choose to share. Alongside these desires, it is easy to see how a world such as that of the body developed. Alongside this desire to know was the desire not to know. Alongside the desire to see was the desire not to see. Alongside the desire to share was the desire to be hidden. Alongside the desire to live was the desire to live no more. You have always been as you were created, but this is what you choose to make from that which you started. In other words, you took what you are and made this of yourself. You did not create something from nothing, and you did not usurp the power of God. You took what God created and turned it into an illusion so powerful that you believe it is what you are, rather than believing in the truth. But just as you have done this, you can undo this. This is the choice you set before you. to go on believing in the illusion you have made, or to begin to see the truth. That was lesson 43. And just a few comments to kind of make the concept of you creating your body a little bit more real. You can take an analogy. Perhaps you feel hunger and you want to make something for satiating that hunger. So the usefulness of what you make is for the purpose of satiating that hunger. And then within that, you can decide, is it going to be sweet? Is it going to be savory? Is it going to be salty? What the consistency of it's going to be? What the appearance of it's going to be? So you make that for a specific purpose, to satiate you. And perhaps your need for satiation is energy, and you would make it a certain way, maybe more sugars, heavy carbohydrates. It might be for kind of feeding the cells with nutrition. So it might be a fresh salad with a lot of greens that got their energy directly from the sun, and maybe even fruits in it, tomato, avocado. So then the idea goes back to the body that you created. And as this last chapter was talking about, it's talking about you made it for usefulness, for what you want to experience. And it can experience anything from sorrow to happiness to pleasure to a lot of separation to oneness. It can be whatever. And that is why your body is as it is and your life is as it is. Because it is what you choose to experience. And in the last paragraph, he said, just as you chose to experience what you're experiencing now, you may choose something else. Just as you chose to live in illusions, you may also choose to be in awareness of truth. Thank you for going on this beautiful journey with me. Take a deep breath in. Pull all of it in, all the thoughts, all the emotions, all the feelings, everything. And now exhale and just let them all go. And know, without anything, you are. You are. You are. And with that thought, enjoy today.